Good morning. It is Wednesday, July the 8th. Yes, it is. And I want to read from Numbers chapter 9. It's kind of a lengthy passage, but stick with me here. Starting with verse 15. Now, on the day that the tabernacle was erected, the cloud covered the tabernacle, the tent of the testimony, and in the evening it was like the appearance of fire over the tabernacle until morning. So it was continuously. The cloud would cover it by day and the appearance of fire by night. Whenever the cloud was lifted from over the tent, afterward the sons of Israel would then set out. And in the place where the cloud settled down, there the sons of Israel would camp. At the command of the Lord, the sons of Israel would set out. At the command of the Lord, they would camp. As long as the cloud settled over the tabernacle, they remained camped. Even when the cloud lingered over the tabernacle for many days, the sons of Israel would keep the Lord's charge and not set out. When I was a kid, we played a game called Follow the Leader. Now, I don't know how you played it, but whenever I was a kid, if you were the leader, you tried to find the most difficult path you possibly could to make sure nobody could follow you through something. For a guy my size, that actually was a little bit difficult. My difficulty turned out to be like, well, step over this swing or, go under this ladder. It was little things like that. I couldn't go through a tire. It was really painful. Anyway, follow the leader is a difficult game, depending on who it is that's leading. Someone my size would then find someone who was several inches shorter and very tiny. And they would take over the lead and get to do things that there's just none of us could do. Following the Lord can be difficult at times, but we are called to follow Him at all times. If you're a Christian, following the Lord is your number one priority. We know how to follow the Lord by following His Word. Now, that means that there are going to be times when you're scared to death to go where you're being led to go. Or you just don't flat want to go where, God wants you to go. I mean, sometimes we want to run ahead of God into the future. I know there was many times when I just knew I wanted to do something. And it didn't matter who it was that was telling me, well, you need to calm down, maybe take a minute to think. Usually my parents, if I have to be honest. And I'd be like, no. I just want to get this over with. I want to do this. I know what I'm doing. It's going to work out. Most of the time, it didn't work out. And so if I would have been more patient and waited to see what the Lord had in store, maybe I would have made a better decision. And I think often, it does take faith and it takes trust to follow God through this wilderness that is the earthly life. And really it is. It's a difficult thing. It can be a frightening thing to follow where the Lord would lead. Because the Lord has us sharing with others the gospel. For some, that's a scary thing. Oh, I want to leave that to the preacher. I want to leave that to the Sunday school teachers. I want to leave that to the elders and the deacons. I want to leave that to people who know better or are more trained. And yet, God says you're the one to be doing it too. All of us as Christians are to be doing that. And sometimes that's a scary thing, isn't it? Maybe it means standing up for your faith at your job, where it could actually be a detriment to you with your bosses. Whatever it may be, we have to understand that God always leads us. And He is a faithful God. In fact, that's exactly what Deuteronomy 7:9 says, that God is a faithful God. If you're faithful to Him, He is faithful to you. He will be behind you. He will back you. It may not be easy, but we need to follow where He leads. How are you following? As you look at your life right now, are you following where you know you need to go? Or are you having difficulty deciding where you need to go? It's time to dig into the Word and understand what your purpose as a Christian is to go out and share the gospel of Jesus Christ. I hope you have a great day. And don't forget tonight, we do have Facebook Bible study, 6:30. And I'll see you then. Take care.